Okay, we're going to look at the Beethoven Opus 13 Sonata, that's Sonata number 8 in C minor, also known as the Pathetique, and we're looking at the third movement. Now, the third movement is a rondo. The form is ABA, C, ABA, but Beethoven places those sections in key areas that also makes this rondo form sound very much like a sonata form. The first ABA, the A section, is in the tonic key of C minor. The B section is in a different key, in E flat major. And then we kind of get a hint of that repeated exposition when we hear the A section again in C minor. The C section contains completely new material and in a new key, A flat major, and also has a build-up to the dominant of C minor. It's the same sort of thing you normally have in a development. Frequently changing keys, new material, and a build-up of the dominant of the tonic key so that we can have a recapitulation. And when we get the ABA section back the second time, the B section, instead of being in E flat major, is in C major. So we've reconciled the A and B sections from the exposition in the recapitulation. So let's have a listen to that. Okay, here we have our A theme. It is in C minor. And as normally the case in a sonata form, we have some form of a transition. This is a transition into the B section, and it helps set up the new key. And now here we are in the B section. We're in E flat major. We have another little section here kind of closing off this B section, confirming the key of E flat major. And this little falling scale sets up the return of A. So here we have the A section again in C minor. Typical rondo form so far, ABA. Let's keep listening. And now we have a completely new theme, a C, but it's in a new key also, A flat major. And it stays fairly solidly in A flat major. We have this high-low call and response going. A little bit of contrast. Here's that high-low theme again. And starting here, we get a build-up of a G7 chord. That is the dominant of C minor. What that's doing is it's preparing the re-arrival of the A section. And so now we have the A theme coming back, again in C minor. This feels a lot like a recapitulation because we've just come from the development. Now we have this transition, but now the transition does not take us to a new key. Instead, it takes us to C major, which is the same tonic note, C, just a change of feel into a major feel. This is something you can do in sonata form also. We have this confirmation of C major. Then it feels a little bit fractured here. Again, this is not uncommon in sonatas either, to have some new working with material in the recapitulation. And then finally, the A section again to close things all down. Little bit of variation here. And we might call this section a coda. Its main job is to make it feel like we're really done. I like that cascade. A reminder of theme 1. It's in the wrong key. It's an A flat major here. But abruptly transition to a final chord in C minor. So you see we have all of the parts of a sonata rondo sonata form. We have an exposition, a development, and a recapitulation, but we also have all the parts of a rondo form, an A, B, A, C, A, B, A. That idea, this rondo idea, is this recurrence of A with new sections in between. So you put that all together, and it's a rondo, but it's also kind of a sonata. So it's kind of a hybrid form, the Sonata Rondo form. Now, if you want to watch this video again without my voiceover, please feel free to do so. It will be in the next YouTube link in your module. All right. Hope you found this helpful. Bye-bye. Hi there, little addendum. I just finished editing this, and I want to give you a word of encouragement. You may be wondering, how in the world can you hear the key areas as you're listening to a piece of music? It is a difficult task, and quite frankly, I can't do it. That's honest. What I can do is hear when a tonal center has shifted and it's moving somewhere else, but I'm not always certain exactly what key it's in. Now, what I'm doing is cheating. Well, not exactly cheating. What I'm doing is this. I'm looking at the music. So this is the music for that Sonata Rondo. Starts. There's that development. So the rondo starts here. So what I'm doing is I'm using my music literacy skills to actually analyze what chords are going on here, my music theory skills. And so when it changes to the next section, here is the transition. And here is the moment where we, well, actually, right here, bum bum ba da 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 da. I can tell again from music theory that this is an E flat major. So I did, when I created this video, I went into the music and I analyzed it and made sure that I knew the keys so I could label them correctly. But that's how I'm doing it. So as you're listening, don't feel at all frustrated if you can't peg exactly, well, now we're in the key of C major instead of C minor. Instead, what you want to do is just feel whether the tonic has shifted underneath you or not. And a lot of times that expectation is created by the form itself. You often know that you're going to be listening to a sonata form because that's what most forms are. That's what most first movements of sonatas and symphonies are these days, are sonata forms. Some form of two theme groups in two different keys. So really, if you can just recognize when the second theme group has started, and that's not quite as difficult as recognizing when a new key has started. Just recognize those new themes and see if you can begin to get a sense of, okay, that does not feel like it's in the same key center that I used to have. Now, back in the day, the audiences could do this rather well. In fact, they found this sort of allegro, sonata allegro form very exciting because their ears were very attuned to those harmonic shifts. The truth is, these days, we are not as attuned to these harmonic shifts and harmonic progressions because most of our music that we listen to does not actually have progressions and key areas. They might have a modulation where suddenly we're up a half step or we're in a new key, but we don't use key areas in the same way that they did in the classical and romantic style. And we don't have progressions because most of the music that we listen to is based on harmonic sequences, not harmonic progressions. You get the same kind of bed underneath the melody over and over again, the same four chords a lot of the times. And even if it isn't the same 4 chords, the accompaniment does not function harmonically the same way that it functions in classical music. So don't get frustrated. Don't think, oh, I can't tell if that's A flat major. You can't. I couldn't either. I had to go and analyze. Ba, 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 ba. Where's that start? Right here. Ba, 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 bum, bum, bum. And I just know from theory that, okay, that's A flat major. And that's how I did it. All right. So take heart. You can do it. Sort of. Bye-bye.